Hello everyone, how are you doing? A very warm welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing really well since we last met and that you've been well and happy. If you're new here, my name's Alison. I'm a 50-something witch living in Derbyshire, England, and I'm here to talk about all things witchy lifestyle, everyday lifestyle as well, and all the things that give us joy. Now, one of the things that YouTube has done for me is tell me so much about the people who watch this channel. The analytics are absolutely incredible. The level of detail that YouTube share with creators is fantastic. It's been something that I've found so interesting. But one of the things that it has shown me without any shadow of doubt is that the majority of my subscribers are between the age of 45 and 60. And I mean, that's something like over 60% in total fits into that age group. And so I get a lot of comfort from that, because that was actually my target audience. If you know that expression's appropriate, because one of the things that I'd noticed when I started making YouTube videos is that there were lots of much younger witches producing content, which is lovely, and I really enjoyed watching those witches. But the number of witches over 50, for example, there wasn't as high a number, and so I wanted to come in from the angle of being a 50-something and to talk to that particular group. I love that other age groups are here as well, and everybody is welcome in this little community, which is fantastic. But yeah, I was here for the 50-something woman who was experiencing the same things that I was going through, and so that's brought me to this particular topic. Now, I'm going to talk to you today about the self-care products that I'm really enjoying as a 50-something woman going through menopause. And now, when I talk about self-care, I realise that it means different things to different people, and self-care goes far beyond anything that you use in your bath and shower, or on your hair and skin, what makeup you wear. It goes far beyond that. Self-care is much deeper. It's about looking after the whole self. It's about spending time with people you love. It's about doing things you enjoy and being able to carve out time to do those things. It's about getting enough rest. It's about eating and drinking the right things. It's about listening to and watching and reading about things that keep your vibe up, that don't overwhelm you. So yeah, when we talk about self-care, it's not just about the fragrance things. It's not about that. But for this video, that's what I do want to talk about. I want to talk to you about some products that I think you might really enjoy. They're all products that I've loved in a lot of cases for years, even before I started going through menopause. But I found these things to be particularly comforting, and I really hope that you enjoy the selection that I've put together. Now, I did try to narrow it down, but then I thought, what the hell, go big or go home. We're here to talk about nice stuff, so let's do it. There's quite a lot to get through, so I suggest that you get yourself a nice drink and that you get nice and cozy, and we'll get started. And the first group of products that I want to talk to you about is hair care, because we're going to start from top and work our way down to the bottom. So yeah, let's get cracking with hair. So the first thing I've had to do is change my top, because I was just so hot in that other top, which I thought was going to be really breezy. But as anybody who's going through menopause knows, you can be wearing the lightest thing and suddenly be absolutely dripping wet. So yeah, that's why I've changed my top, and it's not because this has been filmed on a different day. So anyway, on with hair now. My hair is actually really curly, and I know that a lot of people probably don't believe that because they only ever see me with my hair when it's reasonably straight. Yeah, it's always been curly ever since I was little, and it takes quite a lot of getting under control. It's been really hot here in the UK during the last week. Well, really hot by our standards anyway, and the humidity sent it absolutely crazy. But today it's warm, but it's not as hot as it has been, so it's reasonably calm. But there are two products that I use that I really love, and I need to talk to you a little bit more detail about these because they have the word menopause in the product name, which bothers me slightly. And the reason for that is that I think that menopause has been monetized in recent years, and it's suddenly become a huge thing. And the fact that there's a lot more awareness of it and what happens to women, I think is fantastic. I'm all for that. I'm all for the openness and the honesty and the fact that we're more able to talk about it. But what I do object to is the fact that now big companies are banging out product after product that's just got the word menopause plastered on it, like we're a problem to be solved. We're a target market, and I don't like that. And by and large, I've managed to avoid buying into that kind of trope, if you like. But I discovered these two products quite a while ago, when they actually first launched in the UK, which was a couple of years ago, I think, and I really love them. And they are Pantene's Hair Biology shampoo and conditioner. Now, I really like these, and I've bought these many times. I love using them. I find that they keep my hair really nice and silky without weighing it down. They smell really lovely, and yeah, they contain provitamins, and I know that they're reputed to be really good for your hair, but I really like these, and I wash my hair every couple of days, because one of the things I noticed that was really hard to deal with at the time was I noticed a lot of my hair falling, and this happened in particular last year when I was very suddenly diagnosed with a heart rhythm issue, and I had to stop the HRT that I was on, the hormone replacement therapy. I had to stop it overnight because of the risk of blood clots, which I absolutely understood, and that I had no problem doing that. But after a few weeks of being off the HRT, my hair was coming out in handfuls, and the other thing that made it worse was that I had to start taking different medications for my heart as well, and some of the side effects that those medications had was the effect on my hair, and it was falling out, it was breaking, and I shed actual tears over it. It was so upsetting. But my lovely hairdresser told me about how to best look after it, and she recommended vitamin B supplements, which I took some, and I still do take those, and also being as gentle as possible with my hair, which is what I do. I keep product on it to an absolute minimum. I don't use styling products as a rule. I do use a heat protector spray, but I don't really use anything else on it. I stopped colouring my hair when I was 50, when we were going through lockdown. I'd coloured it for years, and I decided, well, you know, I'm not doing anything else, I might as well let my hair grow out. And I challenged myself to do it without any intervention, with no hair dye, no highlights, and I just let it grow out, and it was one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. Now, my hair isn't completely grey, but it's getting lighter, but to actually grow it out from the roots to kind of shoulder length, it took me about 2 years for all the colour to be cut out. Excuse me. And I've never regretted it. I absolutely love it. So, but that story's for another day. But anyway, this is the shampoo and conditioner that I use all the time. I absolutely love it. So that's like a big recommendation. And the other thing that I use on my hair is this wet brush. Now, I try to be as gentle as possible and brush it as little as possible, because with it being curly, it's also quite fragile. So I use this brush whether my hair is wet or dry, and I love it. It doesn't pull my hair, but it helps to detangle it after I've washed it. And I also use it when I'm blow drying my hair and I want to pull it straight. So yeah, this is a great brush. I enjoy using this, and they're the hair products that I use on a regular basis. And yeah, if you use something that you really love, please let me know. I'm really keen to hear more about what everyone else uses. So yeah, let me know. The next thing I want to talk to you about is skincare, specifically skin on my face. Now, a couple of the products I'm going to show you from here on in are what some people might consider to be quite expensive, and I understand that, but I have tried to choose some products as well that are inexpensive, but that I still really love. But the reason these products are in here is because they're so effective and because they are so good. I really think that you get what you pay for, and as far as skincare is concerned, that's certainly true. Now, the first product I want to talk to you about is this cleansing balm, and this is Elmis Pro Collagen cleansing balm. This is one of my absolute favourite products. I love this. I think this is my 4th or 5th jar. Now, Elmis is an English company, and all the companies are actually made in England as well. I do know that you can get them internationally, and I really hope that you get a chance to try some of their products because they are really, really good. Now, the cleansing balm is, it's almost like a solid cream oil, and you use this on dry skin, so it takes off all makeup, it takes off every scrap of makeup, and you massage it in, and then you take it off with a warm damp cloth, and it kind of transforms into a really milky gel. It's an amazing product, and the smell is like nothing that I've ever smelled before. It's absolutely full of lavender, and you know how much I love lavender, and it's beautiful. It's lovely. Now, I realise that the fact that it contains collagen is a problem to a lot of people. That is an issue because it's animal derived. I have used an alternative. I've used the Liz Earle. It's a similar product, but in my opinion, it doesn't even come close to how brilliant this product is. I will put the name of the Liz Earle product in the description of this video, but this is amazing, and it's so gentle, it's so creamy. And the other thing you can do with this is use it as a face mask, as an intense treatment. So once a week after I've taken my makeup off, I will then spread another thin layer over my face and leave it for 10-15 minutes and just relax with that on my skin, because it feels amazing and it smells fantastic. And I think that this is my absolute #1 skincare product. I love it. Now, a big jar of this, is this the 100ml? Yeah, sorry, it's the 100g jar. This comes in at just under £50, which I know is a lot of money, but this jar will last me at least 4 or 5 months. because you don't need to use much. And so to me, on that basis, it's, you know, it's an absolute bargain, because it's lovely, and I get so much joy out of using this product, and that's the thing that I love most about it. So yeah, number one. The next two products are both from Marks and Spencer. If you know anything about us Brits, you know that we love Marks and Spencer for all kinds of things, for food, for clothing, for homeware, but they also have a fantastic range of body and face products. Absolutely brilliant. And I discovered this a couple of years ago, and this is their formula sleep and replenish ultimate sleep cream. Now, I don't use a moisturizer during the day because I find that just using this at night is enough. Now, I've got really dry skin. I've got a condition called seborrheic dermatitis, and I need to be really careful with what I put on it. But this is just, it's lovely. It smells beautiful. It's rich without being too heavy. It's very easy to spread over your skin, and I love it. The formula range is beautiful. I've used the face scrub, and I've used a couple of the other products in this range. I've got one of the other moisturizers, but this is fantastic. Absolutely love it. And you can regularly get this on special offer at M&S, and normally I think it's about £22.50, but they regularly do it on a special offer, and you can get it for about £15, which is a bargain for what I consider to be a really top-notch face cream. So yeah, I use this all the time now. I won't use anything else. I absolutely love it. And to go with that, there is a serum as well, and this one is the Sleep and Replenish Ultimate Recharge Night Serum. Now, I don't use this every night because I find it too much with the moisturizer, but on days where I think I've worn a lot of makeup, it's taken, I mean, I don't wear a lot of makeup as a rule, but where I've worn a lot of makeup and it's, you know, I've had to work to get it off, I will then treat my skin to a couple of little pumps of this under the moisturizer before bed, but I don't use it every day. I've not found it necessary to use it every day, but this is lovely. And I know that there are lots and lots of anti-wrinkle, menopause skin products out there, but I don't buy into that. If you do, that's absolutely fine. If it's what you enjoy, that's fine. I'm happy to take the best care of my skin that I can, you know, by protecting it from the sun and using products that nourish and moisturize it. I don't buy into the anti-wrinkle thing, and that's why I really like these products, because they don't claim to fix any of those issues. They just are in and of themselves lovely, really nice products, and I give these a massive thumbs up because they are brilliant. I'm really excited about the next bit because this is bath and body care, so let's crack on with that. I've mentioned many times how much I love to spend time in the bath in an evening. It's my ultimate happy place, and I just can't wait to get in there most nights. I do like the shower, but I love the bath, and I just love the products that you can get to indulge yourself in the bath. And one of the things that I was not prepared for when menopause hit was the tiredness and the actual, sometimes the pain that you could be in, you know, the aches. And I thought this was just me, but I've spoken to lots of my friends about this, and I've also since learned that it's the effect of the decrease in estrogen in the body that can cause aches and pains, and in particular cramps. Now, I've suffered terribly with cramps. Now, one of the reasons for that is that a number of years ago I had to have my thyroid gland removed. I had a large, thankfully benign tumour that was slowly choking me, and so I had surgery to remove it. Now, it was brilliant in that it stopped me from feeling like I was being strangled, but it also gave me a whole raft of other problems, and I have to take thyroid medication now for the rest of my life. I'm fine with that. I don't mind that, but it also brought about horrendous cramps and fatigue, which I wasn't prepared for. I had this done when I was 47, and it was just as I was entering menopause, perimenopause, sorry. Excuse me. And around about that time as well was when I started having issues with my periods. I'll talk to you more about that in a little while. But one of the products that I discovered round about that time was this. This is another Elmis product. This is Aching Muscle Super Soak. Now, this is ridiculously expensive for what is basically bubble bath, but it really is that good. Now, I think this is about my 5th or 6th bottle of this, and when you have this in the bath, you come out of it half an hour later feeling like you've got a new body. I can't describe it any other way. It is that good. It's full of herbs and goodness knows what else, some kind of dark magic, I presume, because it's just wonderful. It's so warming, but it's also very refreshing, and you only need a couple of capfuls in the bath, which is a good job, because this comes in again at just under £50, which I know is outrageous. It's a lot of money, but honestly, I'm a tough Yorkshire woman, and if you know Yorkshire people, we don't like spending money if it's not absolutely necessary, but this is worth every penny. It really is that good. It's so relaxing. It's wonderful. And yeah, if you were to treat yourself to one product out of everything that I'm talking to you about today, I would go for this hands down, because it is that good. Yeah, I'm planning on having some of this in tonight. Now, there's only a little bit left in this bottle. There's probably enough for about 2 or 3 baths there. So yeah, I need to be quite sparing with it at the moment, but it is that good, and I'd recommend this above anything else. Now, I've got some other lovely bath products to show you. Now, this one is the Dove Advanced Care Deeply Nourishing Body Wash, and I love this because, as I said, I've got dry skin. I don't like the feeling of lotion on my skin. I don't enjoy it, but this, when I use this in the bath or shower, leaves me feeling like I've actually got body lotion on. It's very light, it's very moisturising, it doesn't feel greasy or sticky. When you wash it off, you can feel the effect on your skin straight away. So I love this. And I also find, I don't know if it's just me, that I've got quite a lot of tattoos, and I find that when I use this, my tattoos look a lot brighter because of the moisturising effect. So on that basis alone, I'm loving this, and I recommend this thoroughly. And I've got another Dove product to show you. And again, I've bought this lots and lots of times. This is the Dove Exfoliating Body Scrub, and this is the crushed macadamia and rice milk version. We have used the other versions, but we love this one. And the reason we love this one is for the smell. It's gorgeous. It smells like a really nutty, creamy ice cream. And whenever my husband uses it, he always says he feels like he could eat it. It's lovely. It's a lovely, lovely product. It is very exfoliating, but it's very gentle, which is important, because I've found that my skin's got a lot drier and more fragile as I've started going through menopause. And this is brilliant. I use this a couple of times a week. I wouldn't use it more often than that, because I think it would be a little bit too much. But this is fantastic. Absolutely love it. And that's also high on my list of brilliant products. I've got 3 more bath products to show you. This is another bubble bath, and this is Bodegas, and this is one of my absolute favourites, and this is for lots of reasons. This has been around since the 1970s in the UK. I don't know about anywhere else. If you can get hold of it, I'd recommend it, because this is kind of my everyday bubble bath, and this is full of horse chestnut extract, which is an amazing plant. I absolutely love horse chestnuts, or conkers as we call them here in the UK. I've actually got some tattooed on me somewhere because I love them so much because they're so autumnal. Now this is brilliant. It's really relaxing. The fragrance is wonderful. It's very moisturizing. It turns your bath an amazing shade of green, and it's very healing and calming on irritated skin. And I know that this product is recommended a lot to women who have just given birth, and who have either torn or had an episiotomy, because it's very, very healing and soothing. So yeah, I love this. It's dirt cheap. It's I think from Boots, this is another thing. In Boots, this size bottle is about £7 or £8. But if you have a Home Bargains near you, you can get this for £2.99, and it's such a difference in price. And so whenever they have it in Home Bargains, I swoop on it like a vulture because it disappears so quickly. But yeah, I always have this in because it's so lovely, and yeah, I wouldn't be without this. It's fantastic. Now, I've also got some bath salts to show you. This is from a company called Southport Organics. Now, my lovely friend Teresa sent me a gift box as a little cheer up present, and she bought these from a seller on Etsy, Southport Organics, and they are absolutely amazing. There were some other products in the box, but this for me is the standout, because it's such a pure product. Now, you know I make my own bath salts and I love them, but these are absolutely brilliant. And the smell of these, it's organic lavender, and when you put these in the bath water, the smell just fills the house. And what I like to do with these is add them to a little bit of plain bubble bath, because I don't like just bath salts on their own. I need bubbles. I like lots of bubbles. So yeah, she sent me another one as well, which is the rose one. They're beautiful, but these are amazing. I love these, and I will definitely be getting some more of these when these have run out, because these have found themselves at the top of my bath list, so they must be good. There's one more bath product I want to talk to you about. It's not a bath product actually, it's an after bath product, but this is Clarens Eau Dynamisante cologne splash, and I love perfume, absolutely love it, and I like to put a little bit on before bed, but this is the one that I use during summer. The rest of the year it's tucked away in my perfume basket, and the reason I use it in the summer is because it is so cooling after a bath or shower, when I've had a bit of peace and quiet, and I'm ready to put my pajamas on or whatever. I just pull this out and give myself a little splash of it, and it smells beautiful, and it's also very firming on your skin. I don't know what actually gives it that effect, but the fragrance of it is stunning. I've got the shower gel that matches this, and again, I only pull that out in the summer because it's very expensive, but this is lovely, and this bottle has lasted me, oh, this must be at least 3 years, because I only use it in summer. It's my summer fragrance. But yeah, I love this, and I highly recommend it. Clarens is a great brand. The products are quite expensive, but they're expensive for a reason. They're worth the money. So if you wanted to treat yourself to a lovely summer fragrance, I'd recommend this one. Okay, that's bath and body done, and the next section I want to move on is care for our lady bits. Now, I thought long and hard about including this particular group of products, and I wasn't going to because it isn't really something that's relevant to me anymore. But I'm not just here for me, I'm here to serve other people and to give them information that I think is going to help. So that's why I've included this. And if it's too much information for you, I get that, but you can just skip through this bit if you're not interested, that's fine. Now, my periods have, I think, stopped. My last one was 11 months ago, so I'm almost at that magic 12-month mark where it will be considered that they are done and gone, and I really hope that that's the case, because for the last couple of years before that point, they were not very pleasant. They were fine up until I had my thyroid surgery. They'd always been, you know, a little bit painful and a bit of an inconvenience, but they are what they are. They're part of being a woman, and I accept and celebrate that, you know, and I hope that everybody else does, because it's part of life. But after my thyroid came out, they went absolutely crazy, because, as I said, it coincided with the time that I was naturally going into menopause anyway, I think. And the heaviness of them was horrendous. Now, I had a Mirena IUD put in at one point to try and alleviate it, and for me it did not help. It made things 10 times worse, and I suspect that that's because I've never had children, and yeah, it was so uncomfortable, and I managed 8 months with it before I had to have it taken out. But anyway, that's another story. So when they actually went crazy, and they were really heavy, they were quite debilitating. So I was on the hunt for products that would help me feel confident and comfortable while I was going through that stage. And I had used a Moon Cup up until that point. I think that in the US, the well-known brand is Diva Cup. We do have that one here as well, which had been okay, but eventually it just couldn't cope with the amount, and I was passing a lot of clots as well, which I'm sure you're probably familiar with if you're going through this particular phase of life. Now, I started using the Tampax Ultra, I think they were the Ultra Pearl tampons. I don't have any at home anymore to talk to you about, but what I also had to use as well as at the same time as the tampon was these, and I use the Always Platinum. These are the Secure Night ones, and I do still keep some of these just in case, not only for me but for any visitors we have that might need them. But I loved these because they were, because of the area they covered, they were just really long, really wide, and just so comfortable. And they were really thin, but they were so absorbent and so soft, and so I found these to be really, really helpful. And that's why I still keep some just in case, and I still keep one in my bag as well, because you never know until you reach that point where you are sure that you've stopped bleeding. And I know that on some forms of HRT you will continue to bleed until you actually stop using it, and that was the case with me, because, as I said, I was on HRT as well, and I bled a lot when I first started using it. So these are really comforting, really secure, and I would highly recommend these if you can get hold of them where you are. And the other two feminine hygiene products I want to mention, I've used these for years. This is Femfresh Wash and Femfresh Powder. Now the wash is lovely. It's very gentle. It's soap free. There are a lot of changes that happen in your intimate area when you start to reach menopause, and you need to be careful because you can be a lot more prone to infections, urinary infections. And so if you use something that's soap free, it's much more gentle than using harsh shower gels and soaps, and is much gentler on the skin and is less traumatizing to the skin. And it's the Friend Fresh is the same pH as the skin as well, so it's lovely. It's also nice to use as an all over shower gel, and I have done that lots of times, but this is lovely. This is a really nice product. I'm sure you can get the equivalent in the US or anywhere else, but here in the UK, this is the brand that most of us will go to when we're talking about feminine hygiene products. And the powder, this is lovely. I've used this for years. I've used this since I was in my late teens, and it is talc free, which is really important. You don't want to be using talcum powder in your intimate area because of the risk of ovarian cancer. I know that that's a bit of a touchy subject, so I'm not going to go into that in any great depth, but I love this product. It's very light, it's very lightly fragranced, and it just helps me feel a little bit fresher and more confident. Now, there is a slight issue with this product. As I say, I've used it for years, and recently the ones that I've bought, because I buy like 6 at a time and keep them in the bathroom cabinet, the powders felt different. It's very hard to get out of the container, so I don't know what's happened to it. It just doesn't feel the same as it did. Now, this is one from an older batch, which I'm trying to keep hold of as long as I can, because I think that there's a problem with this product. So I am going to recommend this to you because I do love it. But it's not as strong a recommendation as it would have been if it was still working as it should. But yeah, I do still enjoy using it, and I will keep buying it. So yeah, I'm done now with that particular section of product. And the next thing I want to talk to you about, which if you're going through menopause, you're probably gonna, this is probably going to resonate with you so hard, and that's about keeping cool. Now, as far as keeping cool goes in menopause, the struggle is real, and I had no idea what this was going to be like until it happened to me. I know you call them hot flashes in the US, we call them hot flushes here in the UK, and the first time I had one, I wondered what was happening. It seemed to start from my feet and work its way upwards, and it was almost like I was standing in a pan of hot water and slowly being heated up from the bottom upwards. It was the strangest feeling. I was absolutely soaked. My hair was stuck to my head, and it was so unpleasant. And I get that this is part of the process and we're all going to go through it. I know that it doesn't happen to every woman to a massive extent, but I think most of us will experience it at some point. And yeah, it's not easy to try and keep cool. And one of the things that I've done fairly recently at work is help our HR team with our menopause policy, and I'm really proud to have been involved in that work, because we've now got a really robust policy in place that supports women who are going through menopause. And one of the things that we can do is request flexible working. You know, there are lots of different things that we can do, and I'm so proud of that, because it means that we can work from home if we're not feeling great, or you know, we can keep a change of clothes at work if we have a sudden flush that leaves us absolutely drenched, which it can do. We have access to air conditioned spaces and all that kind of thing, and that's brilliant. But I think that you need some little tools in your arsenal that you can carry around with you and that you can call upon if you need to when you're out and about. And the first thing I'm going to recommend is another Elmis product, and this is Instant Refreshing Gel, and this is an amazing product. Again, it's expensive, and it's expensive because it's worth it. It does exactly what it says it's going to do. Now, this is full of menthol and other cooling ingredients, and even if you don't keep it in the fridge, when you smooth it onto your skin, it feels like you're spreading ice onto your skin, and the evaporation of the product makes it feel even cooler. And this is wonderful for those moments where you need something quickly and you need to give yourself something that's just going to give you some breathing space and help you to feel a little bit cooler. Now, I keep this in my desk drawer, and some other members of my team have also used this and said how much they've loved it, and it's just fantastic. If I'm feeling ridiculously hot, the first thing I will do is get some and put it on the back of my neck and, you know, this area, because this is where it's going to evaporate from quickest. I also put it on my arms and across my forehead as well, and this is lovely. It's brilliant also as well for any muscular strains that you might have. A colleague of mine recently sprained his ankle badly playing football, and I let him use this while he was healing from that, and it really helped with the bruising. I'm not sure, let's have a look, about the actual ingredients. Doesn't actually tell us on the packaging. It did tell us on the box. Unfortunately, I can't tell you, but it just says this powerful synergy combines soothing extracts of arnica, birch and witch hazel with cooling camphor and menthol. You can definitely smell the menthol, and you can definitely feel the witch hazel in there as well. Multifunctional. This instant revitalizer is perfect for tired legs and muscle tension, especially on the shoulders, neck, temples and across the forehead. Ideal for travelling. Excuse me. This is brilliant. I absolutely love it. This was bought for me for my birthday a couple of years ago, and there's still at least half the tube left, and it's been really well used. So that's a really worthwhile investment. I think this comes in at around £40, I think. But yeah, it's fantastic and really helpful when you just need a quick cool down. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is this. This is my dynamic hot cold gel pack. Now, these are available in dozens of different forms, but I bought this when I had my thyroid surgery, so I've had this for 7 years. It did come in kind of like a fabric sleeve so that you could wrap it round your leg or your ankle if you got a sprain or such like. Excuse me. But I bought this to have on my neck when I was healing, and it was brilliant, and I think that it saved me from having a really obvious scar. I didn't really care about that, you know, but anyway, it really helped when I was in a lot of pain. But now we use this, my husband and I, at some point every day, and it's looking a bit battered, but it still does the job. And I use this when I'm really hot at bedtime. You know, I have fans in the bedroom and everything else that I use to keep cool, but this is brilliant, and I use this across the back of my neck and lay against my pillow with it, and I love the feeling of it. It's just brilliant. It's so simple, it's non-medicinal, and you can also use it hot, although the thought of using it hot just makes me cringe at the moment anyway. But yeah, if you've got, you know, a sinus infection, you can heat it up by putting it in the microwave for a few seconds or in a pan of boiling water, and then you can lay with it across your face, and it really helps with that. But yeah, as I say, these are available in lots of forms. I got this from Amazon. You can still get these, obviously. We bought some recently that are activated by pressure, so you can lay on them or you can stand on them, and they cool down that way. We bought one for George because it was really hot. Not interested. He'd rather lay on the burning hot window ledge, so that's fine, you know, whatever he wants to do. Yeah, they're okay, but they're not a patch on these. You can put them in the freezer for an hour to give them extra chilling power. But I wouldn't be without this. We keep this in the fridge all the time, so it's always ready to go. And yeah, that's my absolute favourite cooling down product. It's lovely. And the next one is my go-to deodorant, and this is the Sure 72-hour motion sense deodorant. I've tried hundreds of others. I don't think that they're as effective as this. Sure is a really established brand here in the UK. I think most people that I know use this product. I've tried the Dove deodorants. I really like them, but nowhere near as much as this. This is brilliant, and it stops sweat dead. I know a lot of people don't like antiperspirants and prefer to sweat and just use deodorant. That's fine, you do you, but I love this. I don't like feeling wet, so that's why I like to use Sure antiperspirant. Brilliant. And the next product, Keeping Cool, absolutely brilliant. Now, I worked for the Body Shop many years ago. I worked for them for about 9 years, and the Peppermint foot range was huge even in those days, and I'm talking like the early 90s. And I'm really pleased to see that they still do the Peppermint foot range now, although I know Body Shop's in a lot of trouble. So if you want to actually get hold of some of this product, do it now before they go under. This is the Peppermint Refreshing Foot Spray. Now, bear with me on this, because this is not only brilliant for when your feet are ridiculously hot, but this is fantastic to give yourself a little spritz all over, especially if you keep it in the fridge. It's fantastic. It's so cooling, it's so refreshing, and it can just give you that little bit of, you know, just that little bit of coolness. I think it's probably psychological as well because of the fragrance. It's a very strong minty smell, and the reason the smell is so strong is because it was designed to be sprayed on your feet where you wouldn't necessarily get the smell of it. So it's very strong so that it was carried and so that you could smell it, and to give you that little bit of a psychological boost as well as physical. It does work. As I say, it is very, very, very minty, but I love that. I love the smell of mint anyway. This is a great product just to give yourself a little bit of a spritz down. Carry it in your bag when you're out and about, but keep it in the fridge when you're at home for those hot summer evenings. And yeah, this is brilliant, and I highly recommend it. I'd be really, really sorry to see this disappear. The last thing I want to talk to you about in the Keeping Cool section is these absolutely brilliant shorts. Now, these are from a company called Snag, and they do the best tights and stockings and other clothing that I've ever encountered. Now, I have only worn their tights, stockings and these shorts. I've not bought any of the clothes, although they're definitely on my hit list. Now, the thing about Snag is that they are a small independent company. They're based in Scotland, and they are the most inclusive and diverse company I've ever encountered. It gives me great pleasure to support them. I started wearing their tights years ago when they first set up, and I have never worn any others ever since, and I won't wear any others. They are fantastic. The range of sizes and colours and styles are stunning, and I can't wait for autumn to roll around every year, because the Halloween and autumn tights are just outstanding. They are brilliant. And it gives me so much pleasure to support them, because they have tried so hard to be so inclusive. Their social media is full of people who are disabled, who are plus size, who are all genders, and who love their product. And so I just love them now. These are their Chub Rub shorts, which I think is a brilliant name. Trust me on this, these are a game changer. If you pop these on under a dress in summer, not only do they eliminate the dreaded chub rub, but they also wick away any moisture and help your body to cool down. So I know a lot of people are concerned that it's just going to add another layer of hotness to your body. Not true. The fabric that these are made from is so light and breathable, and they honestly, they are a game changer. Snag tights changed my life, and I know that sounds really dramatic, but it is true. They are amazing. They are really that good. And for how good they are not expensive. Now, I know that they are available in the US. They have a US website and a US warehouse, which I'm massively excited for. And I will sing their praises forever. I'm not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by any of these products. These are all products that I've bought myself, or in the case of the bath salts, my friend bought them for me. But all these products are products that I've loved and used, and I'm endorsing, because I think they are that good. But these are an absolute game changer, and the range of colours is stunning. I've got these in loads of different colours. The raspberry pie, they're in the wash at the moment. They're fabulous. This shade is beach bum, and I love these. I think they're a really playful pop of colour, and I love them. They come in a slightly shorter version as well, but I like this version. So yeah, I will sing their praises all day long. And that's the last product that I use to help me keep nice and cool, and I really hope that they've been of use to you. Okay, so we're finally on to the last section. I know it's been a bit of a long haul, but we've made it. Now, I couldn't talk to you about self-care products without mentioning something that's at least a little bit witchy. Now, a couple of things that I really like to use. The first one is from a company called Bramble and Bone that you'll have heard me talk about before, and I love their products. They have an Etsy store as well as their own website, and their products are beautiful. And this is a product that I discovered a couple of years ago, and it's their Calm Waters Infusion Mist, and this is brilliant. I love the size of the bottle. It's easy to carry around. I take it to work with me, and I'm not absolutely sure what the ingredients are. Now let me have a look. This contains a combination of witch hazel, kananga and mandarin essential oil, and these products are all made in Sacred Space, in a similar way to the products that I make are made in my Sacred Space. And this one is brilliant for helping to calm the atmosphere, for helping to bring the energy down a little bit, and it's particularly useful in a situation where you might feel a little bit fractious or a little bit anxious. And the way I use this is just to spray around myself, and that is lovely. I feel calmer as soon as I actually use it. This is fantastic. I think she does a couple of others, but I've not used those. This is wonderful. I'm not talking from a medicinal point of view. I'm purely talking from a witchy point of view, a spiritual point of view. That smells wonderful. It's very light. It's very floral. And it's a very comforting smell. So I would heavily recommend that product. It's absolutely lovely. And in a similar vein, This is another product from Marks and Spencer's. Now this is the room spray. It's the Calm Apothecary room spray, and we spray our bedroom with this in an evening before we go to bed, to give it a bit of a calming atmosphere. One of the things I like to try to do is to keep our home calm at all times. My husband suffers from long-term illness, and I think it's really important for us both, especially as, you know, he's not well a lot of the time, and I'm going through menopause, and I just want to keep our home as calm and quiet as I can, and to keep the energy nice and level. This is brilliant. It's full of lavender, which, you know, I absolutely love. It also contains sweet orange and cedar wood. This is lovely. It's £8. It's next to nothing. This is a really nice little product to have in your self-care arsenal. We've also got the candle that matches, and we have the hand wash in the bathroom, but this I think is my favorite. I love this one. I've also got this, this is Boots Botanics lavender oil. This is the pure essential oil, and I always keep this on hand. It's fantastic. We use it all the time. If either of us gets a little burn in the kitchen, we use it there straight away, because it helps to prevent blistering and scarring. And I've used lots and lots of lavender essential oils over the years, but I haven't found any that's as good as this. This is from Boots. I think this came in at around £8. I've had lots of bottles of this, and I haven't come across any that's as good. So I would recommend this just to have, to keep on your person, just to give it a little sniff, or put some on your hand, give it a little sniff. You can also use it in an oil burner, on a handkerchief. However you use your essential oils, you can use it in massage if it's diluted in a carrier oil. But I think this is fantastic. I wouldn't be without this product. I absolutely love it. And I've just got two more things to talk to you about, and they're both pieces of jewellery. Now, I love crystals, as you know, and I like to have them on me, if at all possible. Now, years ago, my mum bought me this pendant, and it's a charm carrier, a crystal carrier, and she actually bought it from Avon, who used to come door to door in those days. And this is lovely because it holds a fairly good sized crystal. It's got some carnelian in it at the moment, but I often put either rose quartz in here, or sodalite, or amethyst, all the stones that I feel give my energy a bit of a lift. So yeah, that's something that I would highly recommend. It's just a little something. It might not be something that does it for you, but I wanted to be completely honest about the things that I use that do help. So that's why I've included it. And the last thing is my rose quartz and moonstone pendant, which you might have seen me wear before. Excuse me. I wear this if I want to feel particularly calmed or relaxed, if I've got something quite important going on, something that's giving me anxiety. I will wear this, and I love wearing it, and it always makes me feel so much better. And so that's the last thing that I wanted to share. I wanted to end on a little bit of a witchy note, at least, because I'm aware that this has not been a particularly witchy video, but I love this little product. I bought it from a jeweller's in Castleton in the Peak District, and it means a great deal to me. It's a lot of sentimental value attached to this, and I absolutely love it. Whew, so we are done with those products that I recommend to help get through menopause and perimenopause. Now, I know there was a lot. I had great fun putting them all together, and I've loved talking to you about them. There is one more thing that I have mentioned before, and if you saw my book recommendations video, I talk to you about this book. This is In Praise of the Crone by Dorothy Morrison, and if you only buy one book about menopause, make it this one, because this is brilliant. Check out that video for a more in-depth talk about this book. But all I will say is that this book taught me to celebrate this period in my life and not fear it, and to appreciate everything that's brought me to this point. So yeah, please do try and get hold of that if you can, because it's been an absolute goddess send, if you like. I've loved it, and I would recommend it to anybody who's at this stage of life. So yeah, try and get hold of it if you can. I really hope that you've enjoyed listening to me ramble on about these products. If I didn't love them, they wouldn't be here. I think they're so special. I love using them, and I really hope that there's something in here that you might be able to find and enjoy as well. And I would also love it if you would please consider letting the rest of us know if there's something that you've used and you really enjoy, and that you're finding really helpful. That would be fantastic. We're here to share information. I want us to be as open as possible with each other. So yeah, if there's something that really works for you, please let us know. I'd really appreciate it. Now, one of the things that I wanted to mention is that I know that you're used to seeing fully witchy content from me, and I love producing witchy content, but it isn't the only aspect of my life, and I do want this channel to incorporate other areas of my life as well. And you know, I have a non-magical life as well as a magical one, and I really want to share those aspects of life with you. So I hope you're open to that. I'd love it if you'd let me know how you feel about that. I know that a lot of people are just here for the witchy content, and that's brilliant. That's going to continue. That's who I am. That's what I do. So yeah, just let me know how you feel about it, and we'll talk more about that going forward. One of the things that I've mentioned before is how much I love interacting with everybody who has commented and watched videos, and you know, been so kind and so thoughtful. And one of the things I wanted to tell you was that last week, I don't know about you, but I suffer from massive imposter syndrome. I always think that I'm not good enough. I always think that I'm in a position that I don't deserve to be in, and I've always done that. That's just how I am, and I know a lot of people are like that. I've felt it at work, I've felt it in so many situations, and I was feeling it a bit as far as my witchy life goes, and I was full of self-doubt. And then suddenly this appeared from a lady. I'm not going to name her, she knows who she is. She bought something from my Etsy store, and I was really grateful for that. I'm always grateful for that. But then a couple of days after she received her parcel, she sent me this card, and I was so touched by it. It arrived around the time of the solstice, and she told me how much she was enjoying my channel and what it meant to her. And I was so choked and so honoured to get this. And I just want to say a massive thank you to this lady. As I say, I'm not going to out her on here because it's private, it's between me and her, but I was blown away by this. So if you're watching, thank you from the bottom of my heart for the words in this card, and for giving me some faith in myself, because I can't tell you how much that meant to me. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I just wanted to share that with you, and just to say thank you so much for being here and for watching my videos, and for telling me that you have got something from them, because that's what I'm here for. I know this has been a really long one. It's been very rambly, but I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed getting my thoughts and feelings out there. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here again. I'm so grateful. And if you're new here, thank you so much for watching, and I would absolutely love it if you would give this video a thumbs up, and if you would please consider subscribing to my channel, because that would mean the world to me, and it would really help me to reach other people as well. And I'm finished for today. I can hardly speak. I'm going to put all these products back in the bathroom, and then I'm going to head out for a coffee, which I think is well deserved. My throat is drying up. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. It's been an absolute privilege and pleasure to spend this time with you again, and I really look forward to speaking to you again soon. And until we meet again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, keep your light shining, and blessed be.